Hello, loves. Third government shutdown very likely to take place since 47's second term. Let's talk about it. Senate Democrats left town for the weekend without striking a deal with the Republicans. There was a 2-week extension given to fund ICE. The deadline is fastly approaching and no concession has been made from either sides. Democrats want ICE reform immediately after the unaliving of 3 U.S. citizens. Keith Porter, who was unalived by an off-duty federal agent. The other 2 unaliving are well known: Mother 3 Renee Nicole Good and ICU VA nurse Alex Pretty. After much protest and the cities in uproar, Democrats decided to leverage the power that they have and demanded that ICE be reformed prior to voting on the funding for DHS. The issue is that several agencies are covered under this funding. Such as TSA, FEMA, Coast Guard, Secret Service, and yes, ICE and CBP, just to name a few. If the shutdown does occur, many federal employees will have to work without a paycheck or be furloughed like the last shutdown. The last shutdown lasted 43 days, which was the longest in government history, which was for the ACA subsidies, which the Democrats lost the fight. Earlier this week, Minority Senate Leader Chuck Schumer and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries sent a 10-point ICE reform letter to the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, and House Majority Leader John Thune. You can pause and read it. On the reforms that they want to see on the behalf of the American people. Americans have been steadfast protesting, asking for the abolishment of ICE or the reform of ICE. Democrats and some Republicans feel that federal agents have been too aggressive with the public and have targeted some American citizens that have been protesting and some non-protesters based on their race and ethnicity. The shutdown is set to occur at 12 a.m. Saturday morning if no solution is reached. So there was a partial shutdown for 4 days because the House wasn't in session. It's a 2-week extension given to fund DHS, and we're at the 2-week mark now. The same issues that faced them 2 weeks ago with DHS ICE funding are still being faced now with no resolution at hand. Keep in mind this will be the 3rd shutdown as 47's second term as president. Democrats again are seizing on government funding as their only point of leverage to confront the White House over their mass deportation program. The goal is 3,000 deportation per day from the administration. Thus far, that goal has not been met. This administration championed themselves like getting the worst of the worst criminal immigrants out of this country. Instead, the targets seem to be hardworking immigrants who are paying their taxes and going to their immigration appointments and following protocols to stay and work in this country and to continue to contribute, but they are being met at courthouses by federal agents. They are being arrested and taken to detention facilities and then deported. Some American citizens are getting swept up in the chaos of trying to catch illegal criminal immigrants. They are being detained and some have been deported when the U.S. is their country of origin. Democrats say they spent the last 2 weeks trying to negotiate with Republicans, but to no avail. Of course, both sides are already starting to blame one another by controlling their narratives. With high tension in Washington and lawmakers' schedules, there isn't a clear answer on when the shutdown would end if it does occur. Both the House and Senate are set to be away for congressional recess. Many senators will be in Germany for the Munich Security Conference. Democrats had asked for a standalone bill for DHS, ICE, and CBP to withhold funding from these 2 agencies so they could try to negotiate on a better ICE reform plan. They would vote to fund the other DHS agencies, but the Republicans said no, it's all or nothing. Now, let me state that DHS ICE would not be without funding because $75 billion had already been allocated to them last year. DHS ICE is getting a huge part of the funding. The Republicans did make several attempts to the Democrats on Thursday for another short-term bill to fund DHS. None of the attempts the Republicans made called for any major reform of ICE, so the Democrats rejected it. Many Republicans don't think that ICE needs to remove their masks nor need longer training. The training for ICE federal agents used to be 6 months, but it's now down to 47 days in honor of our 47th president. It's a food for thought. If regular police officers in different states and cities operate just fine on the streets without wearing masks, why do ICE federal agents need to wear masks? Are they not operating as police as well? Do you think ICE agents need to wear masks? Share your thoughts. Let me know.